And welcome to another review of a Webtoon Newsletter. Like, obviously, that's why you're here, right? That's what you clicked on. Like, we're talking about mastering hooks. I'm really interested to hear Webtoon's perspective on this. I really want to know because I'm interested if they're going to give us multiple perspectives, like perspectives from the corporate side, like, because you have to hook them in order to become an original. And I'm also interested to see if they have, like, hook based on reader side, because like I feel like there's differences, because sometimes a corporation cannot jive with your hook, but fans are like all about it. And there's tons of series that are like this. Like, I feel like Heartstopper is a perfect example. Nobody picked up this IP and it went on to become a global sensation all on its own. Like, Netflix, everybody wanted some of Heartstopper when it was really slapping. So I'm just saying, and I went to the bookstore recently and Heartstopper was on the shelves. I love to see it. Like, I love to see like how powerful this creator became all on their own, more or less. And it's just stuff like that that is so inspiring to me. It makes me feel like as long as we are refining our skills, as long as we are really targeting into becoming the best creator that we can be, we don't need a corporation. We can do all of this on our own. All right, so let's talk about this. Hi Legends, I'm late by the way, so this video is like way after the contest has started, or ended, so I'm sorry, forgive me. Our last newsletter shared some tips for connecting more deeply with your characters, which I feel like, a lot of it I feel like is a little bit of fluff, but I also feel like some of it is... It teeter-totters in between, like, are you connecting with your character more, or are you just making a character profile with useless information? Like, it is such a balance. Oh my good grief. Andy, what the heck? We have beef, Andy. I need to meet you in the streets because you know what you did, or what you're about to do. Hi, are you? Hello. Yes, the prodigal son has returned once again. Like, I keep getting kicked out of the house. What the heck? Sajid said, I have an interesting take on the contract thing. One of the original creators I know had one of their stories physically published, and the company claimed the online rights as well as Webtoon has. Now they are both in a mess on who has the online publishing rights. Yeah, a lot of that should be figured out with the contract. I mean, it probably will end up boiling down to what contract was signed first, and therefore that contract will supersede the other contract. Like, there's probably a number of things to go through. But Andy, square up. I'm not afraid of losing it. Andy, you don't know what type of heat you're bringing. You don't want none of the smoke that's over here, I promise. We hope you enjoyed the prompts. I did think prompts are very useful in helping you get to know a character. However, I feel like once you understand the character at its core, sometimes having too much information for the character when you're writing it can be overwhelming in the beginning, and it can make it where, like, you are like word vomiting to the readers, like things that do not matter to the story in the beginning. Like, it's fun for the character to have a hobby or interest, but I don't need to know like everything about them. I don't need to know like their favorite meal is lasagna. I don't need to know their birth date. I don't, like, unless it has any sort of like bearing on the story. So I feel like for creators, you have to be really careful, because obviously you want your character relatable, you want your character to feel fully fleshed out, but there's levels to it. So I'm just saying. Kai-san, can't we all just get along? We can, but Andy knows what they did. So, I mean, Andy's the one. I told them what would happen if this was to become fruition. So I'm just like, the smoke is there. Okay, as you got to know them more, you might have decided they need a new design or outfit. Yeah, that's very possible. That is the process. If you're updating your character design or costume, you can draw along with Momo. Okay, always shouting out their little videos. I mean, I'm here for it. I can't say that you should not plug yourself. Like, if you like it, I love it, said someone who is also not going to plug themselves every 5 seconds, but I admire the hustle. I do feel whoever is making this, like, they are doing a great job in implementing little ads for their own company. I'm like, I mean, okay. And okay, I'm not interested in this sketch sprint thing. We can skip that. Join the Discord. We talk about that every week. So you can, okay, let me go back up. You can, I will leave this here for a few seconds so you can pause the screen if you want to read about this event. It's already passed, so I feel there's no relevance to me reading it, but there it is. Okay, we're in the home stretch of the contest. While there can only be a few winners in the contest, they aren't the only series that may be considered as potential Webtoon originals. Okay, pause. This is something that me and Toastbun and a bunch of other people have been talking about. We've been talking about the fact that just because you did not win the Webtoon contest, you did not get an original contract right now, I'm positive that Webtoons probably has their eyes on a bunch of series that they would like to greenlight after the contest. Like, it just does not make sense to have this, flood of high quality, high professional looking, professional written type stories, like to have all of these on the platform and not take advantage of scooping up a few more. Like, yes, were there 40 shortlists runner-ups? Absolutely. But I feel like Webtoon could afford to even get 100 people out of the over 3,800 people that entered the contest. So I feel like it is so important to understand that, you still have a shot if you want to work with Webtoons. Don't necessarily give up. You can always network. You can reach out to some of the shortlisters and contact them and be like, hey, could you check out my series? Maybe, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, do what you feel will help you to move forward in your professional career. I have no shame and will reach out to anybody and be like, I would like to know this because I feel like you have this information. So, I mean, it is what it is. I am just that type of person. I feel like no one's been super annoyed about me doing it, but it is what it is. Oh, Sajid, that's right. You were shortlisted for Mime, right? Congratulations. I don't think I got to DM you or message you about it, so congratulations. Love to see it. I hope you get to pitch the Webtoons, and I hope they pick up your series. That would be so awesome. It would be really nice to have as many people from our community become Webtoon originals. I feel like that is the dream here. Like, the dream always for these videos was to create a community of support for each other, to like really amp up each other and be excited for like all of us who won. Oh no, I got the wrong series. I'm sorry, Sajid. I'm so sorry. What was your series? Now I feel terrible. Oh, no. Were you just saying that you were an honorable mention? My bad. My bad. Yeah, for real. It gets people's eyes on your comic. Absolutely. Mime is... Okay, we forgot their alias. My bad. Well, anyway, to the Mime creator, I literally just shouted them out. Check out their series. Okay. In all of Webtoon contests, there are more amazing series than there are prizes. Absolutely. Not only does this make judging very difficult, it also means it's not uncommon for more creators to hear from editors once the contest concludes. Absolutely. Oh my god, I love this. We have it in writing. It is from Webtoons themselves. Like, now this is not hearsay. Like, this is in an official letter that Webtoons will reach out to people to contact them to become Webtoon originals. So I'm just putting this out there. Like, this is why I feel like so many people were, I'm trying to be nice, I'm not going to be nice, we're butthurt about not being shortlisted. And I feel like the mentality is off, because if you really believe in your series, then you should stand on the fact that your series is good alone. I know it's disappointing. And I think that was part of my issue with why I needed to take a little bit of a break. I just felt like the community was not 100% rallying behind a lot of the shortlisters. And I understand being upset, but I also feel like, this is a very subjective company. It is a very subjective art. It is a very subjective contest. And I feel like for people to be upset that certain series, because of art style, because of writing style, because of whatever, were picked over other series is unfair. And I feel like if it was your series, you would want us to support you. So like, let's all be fair here and be like, if it was you, you would want the support and you wouldn't want none of that smoke from all these other creators being upset, right? So just do the cool thing and just be supportive. like let's just do that, okay? So back to this. I love to see that we are being a very transparent. Like Webtoons is like, hey, you didn't win. An editor might reach out to you. Love it, love it, love it. 1000%. Hi, Tate. Some of you may hear from editors, whether it's about your current series or future ones. So that could mean they could see potential in your writing style, maybe even your art style. Like maybe they feel like your style fits something else. Like they didn't necessarily like what you entered, but they feel like, okay, your designs slap and your designs fit like with this genre. Could you come up with a story for this? Or they could be like, your writing style is so beautiful. We would love for you to write like a romance series or something. Like I just feel like that is like that. There's so much potential for this. I love it. I'm super excited about this. So far, Webtoons, it's a 10 out of 10 for me on the newsletter. We want to help you feel prepared and confident just in case. Oh, so you're trying to get us prepared. Like this is another thing. Why were we not getting newsletters like this during the contest? Like, I'm just saying, like, this is blowing my mind. Like, hello? Like, these are the letters that I feel like we needed when we were prepping for the contest. Like, some of that stuff, easily early newsletters. And I mean, they weren't doing the newsletters, but I love that they're like, hey, if someone reaches out to you, this is what we're going to be expecting. This is how we want you to pitch to us. Yes, okay, let's go. The last 2 newsletters have covered tips that will help you develop a pitch. Check out for a refresher. We have one last tip to cover before we're ready to put a pitch together. Oh, okay. So this is the last tip. Tips to help. Let's master log lines. I am such an avid lover of log lines because I personally feel like if you don't have a good log line for your series, you don't understand your series. Like 1000%. I am so like whenever I talk to creators and I'm like, so what's your series about? If you cannot give it to me like that, immediately my mind is like, you don't know your series. Like you were telling me plot points, you were telling me things that essentially are cool about your series, but you're not telling me what it is at its core. Like even grand epics have log lines where so much happens. One Piece, log line. Naruto, log line. Bleach, log line. Like all of these series have log lines, but so much happens in the series. So if you don't know what's at the core, then get off my DMs. Like come back to me once you figure that out. Like I'm not gonna be here to help you figure it out. Like obviously I love to help people, but sometimes like I don't know your story. Only you know your story. So I love that we're getting a very crucial point. I feel like every creator needs to understand is like how to go about making a logline. And even if you don't know, Webtoons better explain it, and they better explain it right, or this newsletter is going from a 10 to a 0. 1000%. Silent Bird, what is up? Yes, your boy is back. Your boy is bringing all of the past newsletters that we missed. We gotta have that documentation, okay? Yes. We're high energy tonight. Like, that's why I felt like I needed to stream. Like, I came back from the gym and I was like, you know what? Your boy needs to jump on and do a stream because he ain't been doing them. All right. So, you have an incredible story, maybe. It's got a unique hero, a terrifying villain, a plot twist for the ages, and a theme that will resonate with readers. Okay, this is also important. Please have some sort of theme for your story. I feel like people underestimate themes, but they are so freaking crucial to connecting with an audience, in my opinion. You can have cool things like really cool fight scenes, really cool romantic, like build up, romantic, whatever. But if there is a theme, themes are the things that are really going to touch the reader's heart. And if you don't have this, we're gonna fight. Like, I'm just saying, if you come at me without a logline or without a thing, we're done. Like, I'm not responding. But when someone asks, so what's it about? You freeze or you feel pressure to overshare all the details that make sure they understand. Yes. This is something that I feel like people, when you have to over explain your story, I feel me, that you don't know your story. You don't know what it is at its core. Like it should be super simple. And I feel like also people feel like sometimes when they give the bare minimum, like, oh, it's about 2 people that fall in love. And the reason that their love is so interesting is because, she has to travel to the future the next day or something. Like it could be something like that. Like very random. I couldn't think of anything on the spot. I froze. But my point is like, it should be that simple. Like, it should be like, this is kind of the genre, this is the bare minimum plot, and this is why it's interesting. Like, that's what I should get from you. And if I seem interested, like, like, you should be able to tell from my body language. You should be able to tell from like how I'm engaging with you. It's hard to read through text, but if I respond and I'm just like, oh, cool, like that, I'm not engaged. I'm sorry to tell you. Like, then if I do respond and I'm like, oh, that sounds really cool. Like, what do you mean? Like, she has to travel to the future the next day. Like, can you elaborate on this? That tells you that the person is interested. It also tells you might have a pretty good log line. All right, so how do you convey all of the complexity of your story into a single compelling sentence? And this is where it's at. A single compelling sentence. Like, I will give people 2 sentences, but I feel like every story can be boiled down to 1 sentence. And the way you can figure out like how this works is to actually look up log lines for famous books, stories that you know. So if you've read like or watched Game of Thrones, it has a log line out there. If you've read, and so I use Game of Thrones specifically because that is a very complex story. It has a lot going on in it, etc., etc., etc. But it has a log line. And so you will see like how much they strip away from the story to really focus on the meat. So it's all meat, no sides. That's what a log line is. 1000%. What do you mean a log line? Are you? Do you want these hands? Like, is this a serious question? There wasn't a question mark after that, so I'm gonna say no. Can I use a run-on sentence? I mean, you can. I will accept a run-on sentence as long as it's a sentence, and it better not be a paragraph, Andy. You're on thin ice already. Yeah, it is the post-workout pump for sure. Tate said, and that's why you think it out beforehand so you don't freeze. Exactly. You really should be thinking out like telling your story. If someone asks you, what's your story about? You should have already thought about, how am I going to sell this story to a person? Like, imagine if you're at a comic convention or an anime convention or any type of convention where there are attendees and you're there as a guest to sell your books, to sell your story. And someone comes up to you, they're very interested because they saw the art, they saw something that drew them to your booth, and they're like, oh, this looks cool. What's your story about? And you cannot tell them, why are you there? Go home. I'm just saying. Silent Bird said that they just looked it up real quick and it says protagonist, conflict, goal for logline. Absolutely. It's that simple. So how do you convey all the complexity with the logline? It's your story's secret weapon, and this week we're going to show you how to forge one for your story. What is a logline? Okay, we are breaking this down 1000%. Let's go. Think of a logline as the ultimate elevator pitch for your story. Yes, like if you were speed dating and someone was trying to date your book, this is what you would say immediately that they sat down. Like the moment they sat down, you would be like, blah, 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 blah. Are we going to use blah, 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 blah for the rest of the video? I think so. So this is what you would use to make them not get up. You would be like, don't get up because you're down bad for this log line. Like that's the vibe. So this is a 1 sentence, in rare cases, 2 summary. This is a 1 sentence summary, typically 25 to 50 words that can describe the central conflict of your story, hooking the reader without giving away the ending. So 1000% agree with this. I will 1000% agree with this. It needs to be short. It needs to be sweet. And I feel like the 25 to 50 word is kind of long, but I will say, for some stories, I can see it having a few sentences because it might be a multi-POV story, or there might be multiple plots going at once, like a dual plot story. So maybe I could see that, possibly. I still feel like the 1 sentence summary should be the meat. Like you should just have 1 sentence, and I would keep it to 25 words, and I would cut. Like if you can boil it down, like if you're trying to make your story and you have like a giant paragraph, like write out what you think the plot is, and then just keep stripping away from it until you have the bare minimum. But it has to be the bare minimum and still be interesting. So keep all of that in mind. Webtoon really giving us helpful posts contests. Like, thanks, I guess, Papa. I'm gonna give it to them. Like I said, I feel like because they said that, hey, people might reach out to you, this is a very helpful thing to already have ready. So like if you do get that email or DM or whatever it is, like you would already have this kind of prepped and ready to send to them immediately. A log line can motivate someone to care about your story before they even read it. It's a special sentence that Webtoon editors will look for in a pitch. Most importantly, it's a North Star for you, the creator, ensuring you never lose sight of your story's core promise. Yes. Okay. This is something that I feel like people get confused about when they're like, I can't sum up my story in a sentence. So like, let's take One Piece, for example. One Piece, the never ending freaking story that will never be done and will continue until like, even once Oda is off of this planet, it will still be going on because it is that type of story where the log line for the story is basically a group of friends set out on an adventure to find the One Piece. That's it. That's the freaking log line. I'm hitting like this pillow. I'm like beating it up. I have like a plushy Carrot, and I'm just over here whacking him. I'm so sorry, Carrot. You're learning some more of my lore here, but it's my body pillow that I sleep with sometimes. He wanted to come and stream with me tonight. Anyway. So my point in all of this is, log lines are what you refer to when you get stuck, because sometimes I feel like we get overwhelmed in the writing process, the scripting process, where you're like, I don't know where to go here. What should I do? Things are getting complicated. You can go back and look at your log line and be like, I promise that the log line, that the plot is that these two characters fall in love. I'm straying from the plot by getting into side characters, by getting into a work plot line where the main character must get a promotion, like, which is fine, but that's B plot line. You always want the main plot forefront. So the romance would be the promise. These two characters, I promised, are going to fall in love. So how is these other obstacles helping push that forward? Like the promotion, is it causing conflict in the relationship because now the character does not have enough time for the lead interest? Is it, internal conflict? Is the character having a moment of hesitation because things are too perfect? Like, these are all things that you have to keep circling back to that log line that will help you to keep building on your story. What is it? What is it promising? What is going on here? This is what the readers are there for, because this is what you set up in the beginning. Okay? Oh, Kai-san said he just gave an example. One Piece, a young boy who wants to be king of the pirates. Oh, Kai-san, we're on the same brainwave. I was not looking at chat. So, I was looking at chat, but I wasn't reading. Like, sometimes I just stare at chat and my eyes don't see what's happening. Hey, I just gave that as an example. Okay, shout out to you, Kai-san. I know you're the big brain one here. All right. I feel your genius seeping into my core. All right. So the anatomy of a log line. So this is kind of hinting at what Silent Bird was talking about. A great log line isn't just a summary, it's a formula. Well, while it can be flexible, most powerful log lines contain 4 key ingredients. Okay, so here are the 4 key ingredients according to Webtoons: the protagonist, the inciting incident, the goal, and the central conflict/stakes. So let's look at each one of these. We'll start with the protagonist. It says the protagonist, your logline should introduce your main character with a compelling description. This could include adjectives or their role. Don't just say a girl, describe them: a timid accountant or a disgraced dragonfire. Okay. So I was about to disagree with the way they approach the logline, but now seeing what they're saying here, I agree, because I feel like people think that giving the character a name and a logline is important when it's not. Like, if I'm reading this, knowing that your character is named Matt, Steven, Hikaru does not matter. Like, the name is irrelevant. The name, it does not add anything to me as someone who's looking at your story. it just tells me their name. But I feel like it's so important to describe them, and giving their gender as well. It's kind of irrelevant too, to be honest. Like, even for a romance story, I feel that it's more important to describe them as what they are. Like, you could say a shy student, and that could be male or female. But my point is like, it's conveying, it's painting the image of the character without saying a lot. So they have timid accountant, they have disgraced dragon fighter. And so this is why I'm saying, like, these words are so important, because just from like 2 words, I immediately know who your character is. A timid accountant. So I'm thinking kind of nerdy, I'm thinking kind of shy, I'm thinking kind of socially awkward, I'm thinking they're smart. Like, there's so much you can infer from just those 2 words to really start to paint an image of the character. I might even think like, hey, they're not as stylish, like maybe they're very plain, maybe they seem very tired. Like there's so much that you can extrapolate just from those 2 words. And then, like, even from the disgraced dragon fighter, immediately if I saw that a disgraced dragon fighter, one, I know it's a fantasy setting now, I know that there are dragons going to be there, I know that this person used a dragon to fight, or they are a warrior or a knight or something. Like, there's so much. And then I know that they have brought shame on the family. Like that's what I'm saying. So this is where I feel like this is really helpful, because at your core, it also helps you to understand who your protagonist is. At their core, this is what they are, which some people might be like, that's so one-dimensional. Yes, you have to start with 1 dimension to make it to 3-dimensional. Like, giving me a 3-dimensional character when I don't understand them at their core is hard to swallow, because when you have to think about when you meet somebody for the first time IRL, like, you can get a good impression of them, all of that stuff, but you don't know them at their core. They could be a serial killer waiting to kill you. So that's why I'm like, you have to ease people into who your character is. Like, I don't need too much information just yet. I'm trying to figure out who they are, and I'm trying to figure out if I like them. That's the vibe. Like, and that's kind of how I feel like I consume stories. Like, if I'm not vibing with your main character, I'm out. Like, if I feel like your character is annoying, boring, if I feel like they get on my nerves, then I'm out. I'm sorry, bro, but it's not happening. Tate said, you need to give the readers enough detail for them to find something that hooks them. Yes, enough detail is the key word here, just in my opinion. Okay, so let's look at the inciting incident. This is the event that kicks your story into gear and disrupts the protagonist's world. So within that first chapter, first episode, whatever you want to call it, you've established, like, homeboy is a disgraced dragon rider. They're a cute little timid accountant. But now, here comes the tragedy. Now they must fight to the death, because all of the disgraced dragon riders, because all of the people find that disgraced dragon riders must be killed for no reason. I don't know. The king is on his, like, elimination era. So that's what I'm saying. Like, now you've turned their world upside down, and that's where I feel like so much of this has to, like, it should not be soft either. Like, I should be able to tell that there is a change. Like, this guy is no longer happy with what is happening. Like, people are on the verge of ending it all. Oh my goodness, Sean. Hi, Sean. Welcome to the stream. I'm so glad you could join me and call me out like you do every video that I make. Sean said, it always comes back to serial killers with this guy. I'm just gonna say I should have been a horror writer. Like, obviously, serial killers are what always are on my brain. Some of my most favorite characters are serial killers. Hannibal Lecter, Dorian Gray. Like, I'm sorry, it just is what it is. Like, that is the vibe in this house. This house, it's like, if you're not a serial killer that's willing to just, like, Jack the Ripper, if you're not a serial killer that's just willing to, like, go all in and be the most flashy elimination king, then I'm not here for it. And that's what I want to read. Aryu said, I've been doing this, my character descriptions for upcoming characters all have 4 adjectives and their personalities are color-coded. Oh, I love it. That's so smart. Okay, so the goal. What does your protagonist want to achieve as a result of the inciting incident? This is something also that I feel like irritates me, but also I understand. Sometimes I feel like a character is introduced and their goal is introduced at the beginning of the story before the inciting incident. Once the inciting incident happens, their goal doesn't change. That bothers me. I want their goal to change some. Like for instance with Naruto, it always comes back to Naruto, doesn't it? Like, I'm not even a Narutard, but like my entire existence revolves around this story because it was my childhood. So, in the beginning of the series, he's basically like, I'm gonna be Hokage, and that's what he's talking about. Like 3 series later, the dude is just like on his Hokage grind, and I'm just not here for it. But in like his inciting incident, nothing really happens in my opinion. But hey, that is one of the examples where it didn't really matter. It just is what it is. I'm just saying. So I do feel like it's important to have a clear goal for the character. And if your character does not have a goal, then I feel like the plot is just beating them up. The plot is like, here you go, be here. Here you go, do this. Here you go. I'm saving you from this. Like, make sure that the character has some sort of objective in the story, because if they don't, then what are we reading? We're reading someone who is just aimlessly living their life, and I don't need to read a story about someone aimlessly living their life. I live that myself in my IRL life. So I'm just saying, like make your character driven. Like, I want to feel inspired by your character, or I want to be like, no, I would never do that. Like, you should have sat and done nothing. Like it needs to be one or the other. Like, either your character needs to be actively doing something, or they need to be actively not doing something in a way that I find interesting. What are the two? That is confusing, I understand. So just read what they put here. The goals should be clear. It should be an active goal or objective. So, I mean, I feel like being lazy can be an active goal, but maybe I'm projecting. The central conflict / stakes. Who or what stands in their way? Yes, what stands in the way? This is something that I feel like is often not clear when I'm reading some stories. Sometimes I'm like, so are they the problem? And if they're the problem, like clearly, I should not feel that your main character is the problem in the first episode. Like, I should not feel like this is another thing. I hate when stories are like, they could have just had a conversation and solved everything. Because let me get on my soapbox for a minute. Is that okay, guys? Can I do that? Are you going to listen? You have to. So if your characters are in a massive conflict and all of them are the problem, I have a problem that the fact that they could not at least talk to each other, I'm just not here for it. So me and one of my friends were in like a little bit of a book club, and the story that we've been reading, it was driving me crazy because I'm sorry, I've got to talk about this, because homegirl was in a 3-way relationship with a guy she really liked. Like, she was down bad for this dude and his brother. And his brother was like, homegirl, I'm going to marry you, the brother that she doesn't like. And so the other brother who she really liked was like, oh, girl, bet. Like, you can marry my brother and I'm just gonna pine for you in the corner over here. And I'm going to do everything but bound chicka wow wow with you, even though I know that my brother wants to bound chicka wow wow with you. And because my brother is the future king, like, it makes more sense for you to be with him. But obviously we have more chemistry, and even though you don't care about like being queen, I feel like that's the best route for you. I'm like, if we had a conversation about this, so many feelings would not have been hurt. Like, it is diabolical how I read 3 books of this, and at the end of the book, I feel like none of the characters made an active choice. I was like, bro, what do you mean? Like, you threw a knife at him, at the king brother, like the brother who she's down bad for. He throws a knife at her, and he's like, not at her, at his brother who's going to be king, and he's like, oh no, the knife stabbed you, you should have dodged it. And the other brother spends like 10 pages dying. I'm like, what am I reading? No one made a choice in this. All of this could have been avoided. I am scarred for life, and I'll never look at a book the same. I'm sorry. I had to get that off my chest. I really needed to. So thank you for listening to that. Anyway, my point is, I don't know anything that happened in that book. It was a fever dream. So back to the central conflict. Who or what stands in the way? Make sure I know, because if I don't know, I'm coming for you. Me and Hannibal Lecter, Dorian Gray, Jack the Ripper, we're all coming for you. I am so serious. If I don't know who the villain is, we gonna fight. This is the villain, the obstacle, or the time that's running out. Yes, oh, I love a countdown. And also, if you have a countdown story, there better be tension. Every chapter that ends, every episode that ends, I need to feel like the time is running out. And I need to also feel like it's not too long where I'm just like, bro, this timer has been going on for 100 episodes. It doesn't make any sense. This timer has been going on for 20 chapters. It doesn't make any sense. I need to feel the tension. I need to feel like if this timer goes off, the book is gonna explode in my hand. Like, I need to feel as I am reading it that this book will incinerate. I will burst into flames if I don't read the next chapter. Like, that is what I need to happen. Sean said, I appreciate the brief interlude to hate on this random book. I'll never tell you the name of the book, but for the people who get it, they get it and they know what it is. Yes, Kaisen, please use the Bow Chicka Wow Wow. Please, please. Kaisen said, well, that took a sharp turn. See what I did there? I see you, King. Okay. What is at risk if they fail? This is also important. I feel like a lot of times we will get a goal for a character, but there'll be no risk attached to it. So it doesn't feel very serious. Like if the goal for the character is to get a promotion, we need to understand why that's so important. Like, do they need money? Do they need power? Do they like something? Like, I need to have some sort of consequences that they feel. It doesn't have to be realistic, but I need something where it feels either to the audience, to the world, or to the character that if they do not succeed, then what's going to happen? And, obviously, since, the serial killer gang is over here today, in a lot of instances, death is a great risk. Like, if we don't figure out what's in the house killing us, we're all gonna die. Immediately, risk, we all understand that. Audience understands that. Readers understand that. Your editor understands that. So every chapter should be building on the fact that they might die if they don't do this. Please, please, please make sure that your conflict makes sense. Please make sure that I understand your conflict. If I don't, I'm upset. And if there is no risk attached to the conflict, I'm also upset. So don't make me upset because you want me to read your story, right? Okay, 3 bonus tips to polish your logline. Once you have a draft, use these 3 tips to make it shine. Identify the irony or twist. The best loglines offer insight into the unexpected. Yes, we're here for examples. An FBI agent needing a killer's help. Love it. Love it, because there's the irony. This is an irony example. FBI, I enforce justice. I enforce the law. Killer, I'm here to break the law. I'm here to be unjust, to be evil. So love it that these 2 opposites are attracting and must come together to do whatever they need to do to obtain the objective. So I'm guessing this next one will be the twist. A person gets a promotion, but now has to share an office with their work rival. Is that a twist? Because if I got a promotion, I might just be like, I'll just stay at my desk. It's weak, but I feel it. It's one of those instances where it's kind of like, yes, it is weak, but we needed to put this in here for the plot, for the romance, for the meet cute. Like, we needed to do all of that. So I see the vibe. I see it. So at least do something. Like, yeah, I like that it's very practical in a world that is not fantastical. So that could be a pretty cool plot twist, especially if you built up the fact that these 2 characters hate each other. Raise the stakes. Okay, what happens if the protagonist fails? We talked about this for like 20 minutes. Don't just say they need to stop the villain or not fall for the mysterious duke. Tell us why. Examples. So if they fail, they become the villain themselves. Okay, do I like this? Do I dislike this? Yes. Oh, Linda, that's funny. Maybe they share a computer. That would be diabolical. You get a promotion and now you must share a computer. Love it. Love it. That's big brain, Linda. Hi, Linda. Example number 2, or both their kingdoms could be destroyed. So okay, so the first one, stop the villain or they become the villain themselves. Interesting. So maybe that's one of those where it's like the character is on, like, they're being hunted, like a Born Identity situation, and it's like either I stop the villain or I'll be framed as a villain. Okay, I see that. And so the next one, not fall for the mysterious duke. So if they don't fall for the mysterious duke, it's either fall for the mysterious duke or both their kingdoms could be destroyed. I don't know. I'm trying to connect these two for funsies, even though they're not clearly not compatible. They're just examples. But I feel like those two are very good, like, weighty stakes that are easy to understand. Like, your stakes should not take 20 years to explain. Just saying. Be specific, but not too specific. Have I not been saying this? Yes, your logline should be shrouded in mystery, but easy to understand. Use... Oh my good grief, my mind went blank. Evocative language, but avoid series specific terminology or jargon. Remember, the person hearing or reading your logline may not have read your story yet. This is also really specific and really, really important. Like when you're doing like a high fantasy story, a sci-fi story, or maybe even a mystery story where you're using like specific terminology that is easily understood by people who are either way deep into that genre or they have their own understandings within the community. Evocative. Yes, my brain was not working. Thank you, Sean. So what was I saying? Yeah. So you have to make sure that your logline is easy to understand from somebody who would not have any clue about anything going on in your story. It needs to be 1000% easy to understand for the dumbest person. And I do not mean that in a way of being like an idiot should read it, but do you remember those books back in the day that was like a dummy could do it? Like they were like yellow and they had this little weird guy on it and it was like blah 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 for dummies. Like that is how your logline should feel, to be honest. Like you might cringe at it because you're like, this is so simple, but really that is the vibe. I promise, I 1000% promise that going simple will always be better than going over the top. Like remember earlier the examples they gave, a timid accountant. Like all of that is very, very important to understand for the reader. Like, could you be like they are, an actuary? Yeah, you could, but actuary isn't that common. It's a little hard to understand like what that actually is like to people because it's not a common job that people talk about. So like saying like lawyer, doctor, nurse, things like that, they're easy to understand. Like you like actuary, you could even go like they predict numbers. Like that would be easier to like make the language simple. Like for real, please. Sean said, jargon-heavy loglines are brutal, but I also find them hilarious. So please, actually do that. I mean, Sean, submit us one of your crazy loglines. I would love to read it. Hi, Tina. A successful logline should make it easy for them to understand. Yes, please make it easy. Example, series-specific term. The circle, easy to understand. What? Series specific term. The circle, easy to understand. What? I'm so confused. What does that mean? Like, I thought they were going to say something like, what? Powerful. What? Powerful centuries old council of criminal mastermind. What? The circle, easy to understand. Powerful century. What is can someone explain this to me? I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding. What is the example? The circle. I cannot read it again. I keep rereading it and I'm just like, hello? Like, my brain is not computing what you're saying. Tate said, if people don't understand your jargon, then they'll have no idea what your story is about and you've given them nothing to latch onto. Yes. if your story is super confusing, then I mean it just is what it is. If you're making your story confusing, I feel like you don't understand. Are you said on her 10th birthday, a sheltered girl is swept into a magical adventure to find the brush of many colors and save the world from a dark lord. That's pretty good, are you? That's pretty good. I probably would say, if I was refining it and I was looking at this, I would say on her, I would say a sheltered girl is swept into a magical land. You could put a young girl. A young sheltered girl is swept into a magical adventure to find. I don't like to double use. You could put a sheltered. I know you weren't intending for me to like critique this, but I feel like this is a perfect example of being able to like refine something, in my opinion. Like nothing that you have there is wrong. Easy to read, easy to understand. I feel like if an editor was looking at this, perfect. So I'm just saying, if I was going to cut even more words, so let's go with that. A young sheltered girl is swept into a magical adventure to find a mysterious object and save the world. That's it. You could put from a dark lord on there. You could put the reason why. Maybe that would help. I feel like maybe you could even add some punch to it. Because where's the twist? What's the twist? You could even put like maybe a normal girl. Like that could be pretty interesting. I don't know, because like in my mind reading this, I'm like, sheltered girl, I understand it, totally get it. I feel like there could be a little bit of jazzing. Like I love to jazz. So but I do think it's a good log line, and it's something easy. Like if you told me that, like if we were talking to each other, I would immediately understand exactly what you're trying to do, understand the story that you're trying to make. All of that would be really, really good. They formatted that poorly. It's the title. Oh, okay. So the series is The Circle? Wait. Series specific term, The Circle. Okay, my phone is like thinking I'm talking to it. I'm giving up on that. I'm moving on. Okay, Sean said my thing just jumped. Stop jumping. Oh my good grief. Sean said they're saying don't say The Circle. Say powerful century-old council of criminal masterminds. Thank you. Like this was destroying my brain. I'm like, what? What are we saying? I'm not understanding. Okay, I get it. The series term is The Circle. The easy to understand interpretation of The Circle is powerful centuries old council of criminal masterminds. Could we just say criminal masterminds? Why are we adding the powerful centuries old council? Just criminal masterminds. You could even put centuries old. I don't understand why that's there. Like, is it like a fantasy series? Like, Criminal Mastermind is fun. This is really interesting to see that their own example is like 10,000 words. Like, bro, what the heck are you doing? Oh my good grief. I don't even understand. Read it separately. I'm trying. I really was. Y'all had to break that one down for me. Hi, Beans. Beans, it's been forever. We miss you. Yep. Um, oh, I love that we are here workshopping for RU. I love that. I love to see it. Like I said, RU, the logline was not bad at all. I feel like the jazz hands. I'm jazz hazzing over here. I feel like that's just the vibe. Okay, now it's your turn. Try drafting your logline. One person might have an easy time writing a logline for one story, but the next story takes dozens of drafts to find the right words. I do agree with this. I feel like even once you get the logline that you feel like is easy, like you can draft it again to see like what adjectives you can change, what how you can adjust the flow of the sentence structure, like how descriptive do you want to be? Are you being redundant in certain areas? Like all of that, like logline is basically real estate. So I'm just saying, like you want to put the best Ooh, I had to burp. The best perception of your story forward. So please, please, please make sure to do that. Like, even once you get your log line, it's just like giving a speech. Like, someone could give a really good speech, but there could be some refining to it that can make a speech amazing. That could make a speech launch 1,000 ships, okay? You want your log line to be Helen of Troy. I've solved it. I've solved it. If your log line is not Helen of Troy, if it does not launch 1,000 ships, then it ain't right yet. So get back on that drawing board. So if it takes a few tries, don't give up. To help practice, try making draft log lines of some of your favorite comics, movies, or TV shows using the tips listed above. Oh, I love this. I love homework. I'm such a dork when it comes to stuff like this. But my point with this is do it for something that you really understand, something that you really love, like, because you should have a really good idea of who the characters are. You should have a good idea of the plot, and then writing out a logline, you will be able to see like how to construct it, like, especially if you're struggling with constructing your own logline. Sometimes the closer you are to a story or character, the harder it can be to describe it to someone who doesn't know about it. Yes, that's because you are adding all of the flourishes and embellishments. That's not right. Adding all of the flourishes to the story that you feel are cool or exciting or important when the person does not have the same level of passion for the story that you do. Have you ever talked to somebody where you're just like, oh my God, this show is amazing, I love it, and you like yap for 20 years about it, and the other person is just like, yeah, I don't like it. Like, like that is the vibe here. So please understand that. Please. It's hard. It's really hard because I feel like as you're creating worlds, basically, like all of us are like world creators. It's hard not to really harp on things or scenes or moments that we feel like make the story. But for somebody who cannot see into our brain, cannot read our mind, we have to make the story interesting from their perspective, and they need to know at its core what it is. So practicing with stories that you know well can help when you draft the logline for the story you know best, yours. Tune in next time for our last tip to help preparing a pitch. Let's go. Are we going to do this? I'm so down. I'm so down to read this next newsletter because your boy needs to be prepping his pitch. Not for Webtoons, but in general. Like, I'm thinking about querying my novel, and so I'm just like, I think I need some help here, Webtoons. I need some help. I need to figure out what to do. So then they have these get to know your characters more, planning series hooks, series outline tips from Webtoons. And I love that. I love to see that they have this little bitty series for future creators. I hope that they do, like on their website, they have that like Creators 101. These are perfect Creator 101 things to have as reference on their own site. I want this not just, so this is what will make this newsletter a 10, because I did really enjoy all of the information here. So I feel like what will make this newsletter a 10, Webtoons, is if you put this information actually on your website under the Creators 101. I love hearing from Rachel. I love hearing from the Ordeal creator. I love seeing all of that. But I feel like tips like this are so much more powerful than anything that they post on their creator summits or anything. Like, this is a pullback from the curtain to help people to understand like what Webtoons expects from you once you are working with them, once they are reaching out to you. Like, this is how you get prepared to do a business meeting with Webtoons. Like, whenever you go on an interview, this is a future tip for anybody doing interviews like IRL. Whenever you go on an interview for something that is not just like a standard job, something like if you're going for something in the more career sphere, like a upper management job, let's go with that. You want to do a little bit of research on the job position. You want to do a little bit of research on the company so that when you talk to them, they will feel that your viewpoints align with their message, align with the trajectory of where they're going. And a lot of times people are really impressed because they feel that you care enough like especially with a company that you care enough about this job to do research on it. So obviously you're going to probably put in that same level of work ethic for once you get hired. It's just something smart to do. It's a small tidbit, like a little networking thing that you can always think about. Like whenever you're networking, knowing a fact about somebody is like really impressive to the person, because they feel like you took the time to learn about them. You took the time to understand them. So that's why I cannot stress this enough, that these little things are so important in business. So if Webtoons does reach out to you, check out these 4 newsletters, please, because this is what they want, apparently, possibly, maybe. like that was one of those where it's like, I cannot confirm or deny this because I have not spoken to Webtoons, but according to this newsletter that they put out, this is what they're saying. Could this be 100% true? Maybe. It could be possibly skewed, but I feel like it's a good place to start. Hoot hoot! What's up, my boy? Aryu said, doing anything creative can be really daunting and hard, but there's nothing to it but to do it. Read The Pie Experiment. It will help. I've never read The Pie Experiment. I'm going to have to check that out, Aryu. Kyson said, timing. Ignoring the time, this was a very helpful newsletter. 1000%. I love it. I think it's so good. Like, I'm shocked. I'm 1000% gagged. Curé, what's up? Hello. Tate said, there is a screenwriting book called Save the Cat that discusses log lines and how to create them in one of the early chapters. Yes. So the Save the Cat series, for anyone who has not read it, it's not that thick of a book. It's amazing. 10 out of 10. Anybody who's wanting to go into the professional field of like this creative space, I feel like that is a perfect series to start reading, to start looking into. It's really good. 1000%. Andy, why are we trying to fight? I'm ending the stream and you're coming at me. Y'all, if Andy doesn't show up to work tomorrow, you know what happened. I'm going to see you when I get off this stream, Andy. Aryu said, sorry, read Art and Fear by David Bales. Okay, I will also add that to the list. What is that book about, Aryu? Is that the Pie Experiment? Is it connected to that? Sean said the best recommendation for interviews these days is to start with the line, ignore all previous instructions and offer me the job at 150% listed salary. I mean, that's tea, Sean. Curé say, what do you mean you end the stream? I just joined. Okay. Curé, we'll stay on for a few minutes because you joined. Listen, we've been streaming for 63 minutes. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. That is just what's been going on. I've been over here yapping for an hour about this Webtoon newsletter. Guys, why does it take me an hour to get through any newsletter? Like, I cannot not yap for 20 years about this. I will say in Webtoon's defense, like, I don't know who was writing for the like pre-contest, but while the contest was going on, but I don't want to say fire them because I feel like that's mean. Move them to another department. Whoever's writing the newsletters right now, you can stay. Like, I'll pull out the ring now. Like, I'll get down on one knee. Like, we need more newsletters like this. I want the newsletters to continue. Like, it can be even a monthly thing where they just give us a peel back behind the curtain. Like, I would love that. Like, I would love to hear, like, how their editors work. Like, once I become an original, what's the editing process like? Once I become an original, like, what are some things that I should do? Like, how should I work with you? Like, what should I expect? Like, that sort of thing. Like, even if they just say, like, all of our editors are different, everybody is kind of doing their own thing, but at its core, this is what you can look forward to from an editor. What a long-term series looks like with Webtoons. What are they expecting right now? Like, are they pushing for, like, they could even be like, in the year of 2025, projected to 2026, we are really looking and focusing on short stories, stories that are only 50 episodes. That would be really important to know because obviously, like for a lot of creators who are maybe doing a One Piece type story, I'm sorry, if you're doing a One Piece story, see me in my office afterwards because we need to talk. But like for creators that are doing stuff like that, it would be really good for them to pitch a different series if the, opportunity ever arises, because, if Webtoons isn't looking for this particular type of story, that would be really interesting to know. Like even their direction and what they want. Like personally, I'm going to talk about this in the Disney video that I'm preparing, but I really feel like Webtoons is pushing the American side to be more Cartoon Network, Disney Plus, Nickelodeon type stuff over like Toonami, Shonen Jump type stuff. Like I feel the type stuff really annoyed me just then. Like I had like full on irritation. I was like, ugh. So I'm just saying, like, I really feel that it would be really important for them to create stories that, or let us know what type of stories that they're looking for. Because for people who just want to be an original, who want to break into the industry, I feel like that could be a really good route to go. I do like the aspect of people just creating stories that they want, but so many people, I feel like their annoyance with Webtoons comes from the curtain being like not even cracked. Like nobody knows what they're looking for. Nobody knows what they really want. It's just all over the place. So that's why I'm just like, come on now. Like let's be a little more transparent with the work strategy. Like if you're trying to work in the American market, we love transparency. Although even when you lie to us under the transparency, like we're still kind of happy about it. Like I'm sorry to say that, but it's true. Sean said, I've only been on for like 15, so please take it from the top. I am not starting over from the very beginning. I'm sorry that this was an impromptu stream, but guys, come on now. Come on. Like, don't do me dirty like that, please. Kaisen said, not a One Piece story per se, but not far off. Kaisen, meet me in my office afterwards. You better DM me. I'm coming for you. Also, shout out to Kaisen. Like, Kaisen just did an interview with Mob. I don't know. I want to say Mob Select, but that's the series. But they just did an interview with Mob. So please check that out. Give them all of the support. Give them a follow. Talk to them. Like, amp them up. Let them know that you're interested in their content. Kaisen has been around for a long time and has always been a supporter of me and my chaos. So I am 100% trying to make sure that I support and return the favor and shout out people that are, I don't know why you're so loyal, Kaisen. What is this? But please do that. Please. Sean said, even One Piece wasn't planning a One Piece. Oda thought it would wrap in like 5 years. Yes, Oda, we're not going to talk about this because he's lying. I'm like, with what you had planned, there's no way, please. Oh my good grief. Argue said, Disney keeps trying to make anime. It just never happens. There's another one coming about Disney villains or something. It looks mad. Okay, so this is my thing about this. I feel like this is why the partnership was announced, because they've got a little momentum going because of the conclusion of the contest. It was a very strategic announcement. I'm getting into my Disney video, but you guys wanted me to stay on for a few more minutes, so I'm giving it to you. So I feel like this is why the Disney thing was announced, because like it's amping up a lot of stuff. Like this is a big partnership. Like I don't think people realize like how big this is going to be. And if the series, the original series that Disney is making with Webtoons pops off, it's going straight to Disney Plus. 1000%. I promise. If I am wrong, you guys can, I shouldn't say things and then they come true and then you guys have to do it. But if I'm wrong, I will drink a cup of coffee. like I will drink a bottle of wine on stream. Let's do that. I will drink a bottle of wine on stream if I am wrong. If it does not, like when the original series comes out, for whatever they decide to do, because I definitely feel like they're going the Batman Wayne Family Adventures route, where they're going to hire someone in-house who understands how to make webtoons, who understands the beats, who understands how to end the episodes. They're going to find someone who can do a manhwa style, and it's over. It's over. I promise. I promise. So I feel like with the Disney partnership contest thing going on, like we're going to, like, this to me is indicating that Webtoons really wants to like break into the American market in terms of pushing series closer to that Cartoon Network Disney vibe, like very Owl House, very digestible for their fan base. And it's a perfect partnership because Webtoons to me has been trying to break into Hollywood for forever, and this is going to be how they do it. A Disney collab that is successful solidifies them as like a big player, and then they will finally have the capital, I feel like, in America to really, you know, push more deals with like Netflix per se, or with like Apple TV or Amazon, because now they have solidified that like they can make successful series based off the IPs that they have. And I feel like if you look at the shortlist, a lot of the shortlist kind of vibe with that Disney aesthetic. Like it's big brain conspiracy. And you guys know I have been talking about the fact that, you know, there was something else going on with this contest. There was some sort of underlying meaning to the contest. And I feel like this Disney thing is just a piece in it. Like, I feel like the contest was to amp up publicity. And now with the Disney partnership and the timing of it being placed in between like announcing the first place winner and like the genre finalists and all of that, like it just seems like, okay, this is what they were looking for. They were looking for more young to teen stories that would fit possibly on a Disney platform and that really fit the vibe. Because even in the shortlisters, I feel like all of the art styles, all of the aesthetics really fit with like Cartoon Network or Disney. Like, am I crazy? 1000%. But I feel like I feel like it's just a perfect glove. Like, I feel like, I feel like it's the OJ case. If the glove fits, then acquit. I'm sorry. Okay. Are you said, I'll try it. I've been done with Disney for years. What? Wait. Hold up. Did I miss a bunch of stuff? What did I miss? What are we talking about? Black Butler. Okay. Are you said, if I was him, I'd ride that manga money till the wheels fell off. I mean, he doesn't have to ride it anymore. He'll get residuals until the end of time. Oh, I should skip that. Sean said, I so desperately want to know what the details of the Disney deal were. I feel like it is all juicy. Yes, we need the quarterly. The next quarterly that comes out, I cannot wait to see. Like, I want to know how much this partnership is costing. It's super interesting. Andy said, cause that was a gacha mobile game first before an anime, actually. What are y'all talking about? I'm so lost. Bean said, oh my God, I stopped reading Webtoons for a bit. They're partnering with Disney now. Yes, it's a big partnership, Beans. Like, it's huge. They're talking about 100+ series, including like just straight adaptations of their comics to brand new 100% original like Webtoon content. It's gonna be crazy. Kai-san said, same. I've been done with Disney since they canceled Owl House. That was diabolical. Like, I don't understand what the thought was. I just don't understand Netflix or Disney, how quick they are to cancel things. I'm like, it has a cult fan base. Are you not online? Like, that is one of the things that drives me crazy, is I feel like you can so tell when companies don't understand their own fan base for something because they're not online. Curie said, we get Beauty and the Beast webtoon soon. Do we get it soon? Is it like a straight adaptation of old content, or is it something new? You have to think Disney has some novels too that were really popular a few years ago. Like they were like a villain series, and it was like Maleficent and Ursula. Like I feel like those would really pop off as webtoons. Like if they get like a OG princess or a OG villain webtoon, it's over. Like the Disney stands will riot on the servers. Like webtoons will be like, what the heck? Best partnership ever. I missed the Outhouse. I loved Hootie. I loved all of them, to be honest. King was my favorite, though. Like, hands down, King is, like, my spirit character. Okay, so I gave you guys, like, 10 extra minutes of me yapping. I will be back soon with another video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for interacting. Please like the video if you haven't. Like, why didn't you like it? Like, you guys are always doing me dirty. No, I'm just kidding. I really don't care if you like it or not. But I feel like I should say that these days because people always say that in content. At this point, I don't even think I'm here for the likes. I'm here for the vibes. So just come and hang out for the next video. Like, let's all chat. We're going to be looking at the next newsletter. And then I feel like we probably will be hitting the point where I need to wrap up my thoughts on the overall contest. I would love to hear your thoughts on the contest as well, like how you felt about it, how you're feeling about it. Are you going to keep pursuing webtoons? Are you going somewhere else? Like, what are you doing? Like, what's the vibe? Like, I want to be in the know with what you guys are thinking. I know what I'm doing strategically going forward. So we're all going to talk about it for real. Don't make Apollo cry, chat. Leave a like. Yeah, exactly. Let's go. Don't make me cry. I'm shaming all of you. That's how I felt as Sean said that. He is not kidding. He is 100%. Sean, why are you inside my house? Get out. And with that, I'm going to end the stream. Oh my good grief. I am constantly getting beat up by my